Hello, hello, good evening, and welcome to Candy's Crafts Corner. How are you all doing today? I'm coming to you, Candy Rodo, coming to you from New York City, and I hope you're having a good beginning of spring, is it? Yeah, almost April, almost 2 days away from April. Trying to find where I am, and I found myself finally. There we go. Now we'll be able to see your comments. Anyway, so today, as I announced last week, we are gonna play with the beautiful, beautiful kit from the kids collection, Heirloom Arrangements. Hi, Danette. Thank you for joining. Uh, I love this kit. I mean, usually the kits are always uh, all inclusive, but this kit has so many things. You can do so much. The only thing, and that's a spoiler alert. Hi, Teresa. Thank you for joining here too. The only spoiler alert I'm gonna give you is that there's only one of a kind of every little element that they give you in the kit. So you cannot replicate exactly the same things. It's not like other kits where you have like makes three of each design. This is just to make it really, so there's only one of these pink butterflies and only one of these notes and only one of these blue butterflies. You know what I mean? But anyway, the idea is here that you can mix and match and get so much from this kit. And the card bases are gorgeous. I'm gonna show you some of them because I've used the other ones. And they have this kind of design print here, some of them, and some of them have the little time worn, uh, how do you call it? Oh, not line, but like what do you mean? Graph paper, kind of. Hi, Susan, how are you? Anyway, just so before you, these are the cards that come in the set, and mine are a little different, as you'll see. But I just want to inspire you to do something else. And I'm saying shabby chic. That's my style for these kind of cards, and I really, 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 really love it. Anyway, I hope you do too. So let's get started because these, they have so many elements that are a little bit time consuming. And another thing I'm gonna say, I've used here, I had the luck to have my friend Teresa, who's joining as my secret Santa, and she gave me, among other things, all these little beautiful trims. And I said I have to use them, and I think they go so well with this set. Of course, you're not gonna have the same, but I'm sure that if you're a crafter, you have ribbons. This is a Stampin' Up ribbon. This is a current ribbon as well, or you can use trim. So this is not for you to replicate exactly the same, but to get just the gist of like the style. And if you like the kind of style, just mix and match as you see fit. Even the paper which she wrapped it up was like so shabby chic, right? I want to use it for something too. But anyway, okay, so let's get started. We'll start with what was my first card for this set, which is the pink one. I'm gonna put this away for a second. And I'm preparing my extra materials. Hopefully they're there. All right. So for this one, I used a pink card base, but I'm gonna use actually a basic beige card base just to show you that you can mix and match and just get the same idea. And then the point of this was to have two decal rectangle cards, and I use the decal rectangle dies for these. And I don't know if that's gonna work so well now that I think about it, but anyway, it may work. It's gonna be a little different. Or we can do the pink because I have the pink paper right here. I'm rethinking things. Yeah, I think I'm gonna use the pink. I'm gonna do it in pink. I'm gonna save this because I want the contrast for that. So this is the like creative process in the way. I'm sure you go through similar things, right? All right. So we're gonna fold this in the middle to create a card base. This is half a sheet of cardstock, as you know, and there we go. So now we'll do kind of the same combination. I like the contrast here. Anyway, so I already pre-cut this, as I said, using the decal rectangle dies, one of my favorite. If you don't have that, you can tear with your hands the paper and get similar effect. You can get a rectangle and distress the edge with your scissor. We'll do that in the next card. So you can, play and, you don't have to have it all. That's my point. All right. So the first thing I did was get a little bit of extra ink on the borders there. Okay. That's not a good start, but at least it felt close to me, so it's easy to pick up. I'm using crumb cake. I know this is basic beige, but I'm using crumb cake because I want it a little darker. I want it to be more noticeable. And you could use actually crumb cake on the other one just to give it like an aging look if you want. We'll try that instead of doing the pink, the pretty pink that I use. So I'm just gonna go with my sponge dauber around. Trying to go quick because, as I said, I have 4 cards to show you. And I don't want to have you here all night long. As much as I enjoy your company and doing this, I think this is a sign that your sponge dauber is ready to be retired and get a new one, because there's these fibers falling from it. Can also be from the paper, so I don't want to blame the sponge dauber alone. And if you want, you can actually go inside a little bit and get not just the edge, but like when you leave paper outside for many, many years, the corners are always the ones that get a little darker. And I think I mentioned that before. I love doing this kind of thing. When I was little and I didn't have all these elements, I didn't have dies or anything. I didn't even know that they existed. So what I did is like burn the paper on the sides, and my father had to supervise, of course. And you cannot always control the fire. So this is much safer way to age a paper. That's my point. And we're gonna, we said that we would do, like, I'm gonna try to do the same color crumb cake in this card, and you'll see it kind of ages it in a different way. As I said, my original card had the ink in pink, but I kind of like that it's aged. To me, it's more realistic, this color. Not that I dislike the other one, but you know what I mean. And that's one of the points of tonight's live, is just you get the sense of the style, and then you just mix and match, because this is like what shabby chic is, mixing, matching, getting this kind of like antique look, a little bit distressed. All right, so I'm happy with that. If you want to do something else, you can age a little bit, put a little bit of extra ink there. All right, I think that's good enough. And this sponge dauber doesn't want to stay on my little silicone mat. Wants to run around. So that's the easy part. And, well, every part is easy because it is not a complicated card. And before I glue it here, which I was about to do, we have to put the ribbon. So I'm gonna glue these 2 layers first, but I want to make sure that they're both within the constraints of my card base, right? So this layer is gonna be straight parallel to the sides of the card, and this one is the one that's moved a little bit. So I see that I need to modify this a little bit, the angle, so that they don't overlap the card, but I want to see more of it. So you can go almost to the edges like that, I think. Okay, so once I have it right there, just gonna hold it. That's how I want it. Then just gonna put a little bit of glue, not going to the edges because they may be seen. And all you want is that it holds together a little bit. You don't have to put it all together. The one that we're gonna glue better is the base layer. All right, so now this is gonna stay like that, and then we'll be able to put the ribbon on it, which let's do it right now. This ribbon, it's retired, but I'm sure you have other ribbons in your stash that will work just as well. This I particularly like. It's in very vanilla and it's scallop lace trim. I love it. So I love it so much. So I'm being very stingy with it. So I'm just gonna put just a little bit on. I hate when this happens. I put the refill in, but I don't know why it's getting stuck and it doesn't roll so well. Sometimes it happens, but you can still use it. It's just a little bit more annoying because you end up with this and you have to adjust it all the time. Somebody knows a trick to do that, just let me know. I want my scallops to be facing down, so I want this to be like that, right? And more or less in the center. So I'm just gonna go like this. Maybe a little bit less because, as I said, I'm stingy because I want it. It's retired. I don't have any more. So I want it to last as much as possible. And then, hi, Deborah. Good evening. Thank you for joining. All right. The note is not sticking as I usually does. I think it's the lace trim. It's a little loose and it's a little low. So we're going to stretch it. That's the other thing. This is a little stretchy. So I want it like that. Perfect. Now it's good. Now that I'm happy with it, I'm just gonna, and it's a little crooked, but it's fine. Maybe a little bit farther up. Now that you have it, like we have it, like you want it, then we can just glue all these down. And as I said, my parallel card is gonna be the base layer, so I'm just putting my design parallel to the sides. The basic beige is what's parallel, and the pink one with the print is the one that's a little slanted. All right, so that's easy, right? So now that's done. Now we have to decorate. I put an element here. This strip, as I said, you only get one of each. So this is gonna be, I'm gonna use something similar. And here are my stamps. By the way, I didn't show you the stamps. You can guess I'm gonna use the butterfly. Yes, because it's already mounted. All right, so I have these, but I don't like the yellow with these. So I'm gonna look for another vertical element that I may like better. Oh, we have the pink one here. It's different. It doesn't have as much contrast, but we can age it too with a little bit of these sponging. So let's do that and see how it works. just because I don't like the yellow. I mean, I can put other things, but you know, this is gonna get covered a lot because I'm gonna put a big element there in the center. So, and as I said, this is just a recipe of, you know, use what you have there. You may use different elements. This has so many elements. I love this kit. I don't think I've said it enough. You probably think otherwise. But anyway. All right, let's see how this works. So this goes like flash like that. It gives a different, I mean, it's not, the contrast is not as much as in this card, but it's good enough because I don't like the yellow and I don't see anything. Oh, we could put this. How about this? We could put this, but this may be too covered by the other thing, and it's a shame because this is very pretty. No, I'm sticking to my original idea, and we're gonna use that strip even if it's pink. It's gonna be variations on pink. Just lifting it up a bit. And I'm gonna put it, now I'm gonna put it parallel to my top layer because otherwise it will look weird. All right, so that will go like this. And now we need a big element for the, like, you know, like instead of this one, then maybe a flower, maybe a butterfly. Big element can be, actually, look how pretty this is. I mean, honestly, you can go wrong with this set. Really, you can't really go wrong. There's so many beautiful things. Look, we can put this one. This will look nice. Or just to show you more of the things that we can do. There's so much. Oh, because there's so much pink already. Maybe we want to do something a little different. And maybe put this one. Oh, man. All right, sorry. All my pieces got stuck in my sweater. Or we can do this one. What do you think? This? I'm thinking this. Or this. I'll give you a minute while I look for a couple of other elements to put in here. I want both, people. The white one or this one. I'm gonna put them both. Choose your own adventure. Well, choose my own adventure. I'll let you choose my adventure. There was a piece of heirloom over here. Oval. Okay. We have a vote for the oval. Everybody okay with the oval? All right. Both are pretty. Okay, let's do the oval because I was very tempted by this one, but the oval is very nice. And then I have these pink flowers here. And we can put the yellow butterfly that will go with this yellow. All right. I think the oval will work well. So now, just a matter of adding these elements. And I'm going to add this in dimensional. Oh, and I put a flower there too. See if I have an extra flower. There is. I want it in another color, maybe. There's not another color. There's only pink. Yeah, that will work. All right, so we need dimensionals for this. Because that I want in dimensionals. And this one has all these perforated little holes. So you don't want to put your dimensional that will be seen. I mean, they're tiny, but still, right? All right. And I'm putting it in the center, more or less. Center right, I think. Let's see. Right there. And then we're gonna put these flowers like there. So just a little bit of the vellum flowers. Just a little bit of glue. Trying to go behind the design so it's not very seen, you know, behind the colors. And vellum is so light that you don't need a lot of adhesive. That's pretty. Then we have this flower, but as you see from the other flower, I cut the white outline because I don't like it in this kind of, and it looks more like a pressed flower if it doesn't have the outline. So I'm just gonna fussy cut it, and then we put a little bit of pretty pink sponging on the sides to make it look cute. Because it's already cuter. If you hear my stomach rumbling, it's because I haven't had dinner, because I had my team meeting before that, and we end up pretty much with enough time for me to prep this live. So I apologize, but I hope you don't hear it. But crafting comes before eating, eh? Don't you think? All right, so pink. Let me sponge it in pink. We can even sponge it in. No, we're gonna put. I think I sponged it in cherry cobbler, but I think that's too much. So I'm just gonna go with the pink. Sorry, that was my Coke. That it's on top of my box with the how you call it, the sponge covers. So I'm grabbing my, just sponging a little bit. Yeah, that's pretty. Just dark enough. You think? And you want to go a little bit inside, not only in the border, so it doesn't look like an edge either. I want it to look like more like a pressed flower, kind of, you know. So if you just blend a little bit the sponging in, it gives a little bit more color to your flower, and it makes it pop up more. All right, then next, we're gonna glue that flower there. Up there. And what else? Oh, we need to stamp our sentiment. I'm using this from Unbounded Love. And so I wanted a very small happy birthday because that's the ones, as you know, that I use the most. And I found that in an old paper pumpkin, but you can use whatever sentiment you want. This comes from with nice sentiments, but there's no happy birthday one. There's a for you, thank you, grateful and thankful and grateful. I appreciate your kind. This is mostly about I feel lucky to have you. It's basically all like thank you. But I wanted a birthday to make this into a birthday card. So I just grabbed this old sentiment because it fits in here. I should have used my foam mat, but it worked fine. I'm stamping it in pretty pink. And we'll put that here. But before we do, I'm gonna put a little bit more ribbon there to make a bow. Hopefully I have enough. And this way I can get the ribbon out of here and make more room. That's what I want. And this one was covered. This, I would have liked to put it farther down. That's fine. Because this one, as you see, the design it covers the edge of the flower, but it doesn't look bad. It's just different. As I said, you won't be able to make two of the same because you only have one element, and you can use your own stuff. I've looked at my stash of things and looked at the ones that were more antique looking. So that's how I got inspired. All right. This didn't come bad at all. Wow. At the first try. Look at that. It's perfect. I don't have to even trim the tails or anything. So I'm gonna put this here with a dimensional on this side. We're gonna sponge it a little bit with the leftover ink that I have on my sponge stubber. And this is on crumb cake again with crumb cake ink on the basic page. Okay, we're gonna put a tiny dimensional with actually a medium dimensional. We don't sell medium dimensionals, but I have that left over from another set from a paper pumpkin, I believe. Then I'm gonna put some glue. Oh, and it's crooked. Oh no, it's crooked. It's crooked as the card is crooked. I mean the layer is crooked, but I think it works. And then we finish it with a butterfly. I think I only have 2 butterflies left, and there's 3 cards with butterflies. But anyway, we can use a butterfly for this one. I think I'm going. Oh no, there's another one here. Okay, I'll use the yellow one because we have the yellow flowers now, and I'm gonna put it. Where I'm gonna put it? No, I think I'll put it down here. Just different. In this one, I actually lifted this one is all pressed down. This one, I lifted the wings a little bit. I think I like it better. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue there. This looks pretty. I like it. And a whole lot of wing of Stella on these wings because, you know, butterfly wings have this sheen. And my wing of Stella is towards the end. So it takes a little bit for it to come out. But I hope that you can see it, right? And just to finish the outside out, we can put the antique pearls that we have. I love those. Those are part of the um, storybook moments collection. Look at these. They're so shiny. I love them. Antique pearls. Gonna get this to help me out. I'm gonna put, I mean, I think I can put bigger pearls like this one. The oval is a little smaller, so I can use bigger elements for these ones, I think. Then like a medium one. Where did I put the medium one? Maybe like there, yes. And the little one there. All right. And then for the inside, and I'll go very quickly over that. Save this for another time. The inside, I use the deck rectangles and I put texture, what is it called? Elements of text. This stamp set, great stamp set. I love it. Goes perfect with this because you see this is already has elements of text in it. So I'm just gonna grab the biggest stamp of all, which is this circle. And for that, I need a big, this is even a little small. I need the bigger. The bigger. The largest of the blocks, this is block F. And my pink is here. I'm gonna ink it really well because it's a big stamp. But I'm also gonna clean the edge a little bit with a little bit of paper tissue, just because I don't want to have any accidents. You can do this, and I usually use a Q-tip to clear the excess ink on the sides of your images there. So when you press down, you shouldn't. But if you press down, you don't get the edge of the stamp, if I make myself clear. And the other thing is, it's a good idea to see if the text is up and down. You cannot really tell what it says, but you can at least know if the letters are up and down. And I should have stamped off because I want to write there, but without re-inking it, I got a little bit more in there. All right, and that will be the inside of the card. If you want it lighter, of course, you stamp off, and that will be better. I should have done that, but that's okay. I'll make it work. I cut this inside also with the rectangle dies, and this is a die set that I think it's retired, but it's one that should have been in everybody's toolbox. But we have another one that is also gonna become a fan favorite of mine, this one. And it won't give you the decal rectangle, but look what beautiful patterns you have around the edges. And this is the texture notes die. This is not gonna go away from me. I'm gonna use it a lot. So I recommend that if you don't have a good rectangle die, it's great for layers, for the inside layer for your text. Anyway. Okay, so we have card number 1. As I said, they're not exactly the same, but you can see the style, right? And the color combination. All right, let's move on to another one. Let's do whichever I get first. Okay, I got first the Pretty Peacock Lost Lagoon one. And for this one, I'm using this piece of trim that Teresa gave me. So if I know that you may not have it, Teresa probably does. But if you don't have it, use a piece of trim that you have, use any ribbon that you want, just, something that goes with your colors and your elements, that's good enough, That's what I want to inspire you to use what you have. That's my this year's motive for me. All right, so let me see where my materials for this card are. And I found them. So we're starting with Pretty Peacock as the base. And in this case, I used another one of my favorite rectangles, dies, which was Scallop Contours. That one, again, I just got it because of the scallop, the dies. And I didn't care so much for the stamp set, so I only got the dies. But the dies are with me, and they will stay with me forever and ever, because I use them from time to time, all the time. And then let me fold this in half. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that trick that I told you about last week, that you just press both sides against the edge and press down. And then you never have like an overhang in your card. So it's always perfectly equal on both sides. All right, so I'm going to try to go a little faster. So this one is very easy to assemble. Still has like 3-4 layers, but anyway, it's easy. And because the ribbon doesn't go around, I can start gluing things down immediately. This is scallop contours, and the other one is the next size of scallop contours here. But this one I'm gonna put on dimensionals, and I actually used a little bit of I think it's this one. I'm trying to find my Pretty Peacock sponge dauber. I think it's this one. Before I do that, because this one, by the way, I cut it from one of the card bases that came in the set, which I was gonna show you again. I'll show you the result. All right, so this was part of the card base. I cut the card, like the card in half, because I love this pattern. So I want to use it more than for the front and the back of the card. So this way I have double the opportunity. I'm just gonna go around. I didn't do that on the paper. By the way, the paper is I checked it and I forgot now. It's a designer series paper that we have, and it came in Pretty Peacock, in Wild Wheat, and some kind of purple as well, and all in the same set. I'm using, of course, the Pretty Peacock, and it was ombre paper, and it has this. You see, it's a little darker over here than over here. Nice. So I'm like, again, using what I have, something that fits the mood of the card. If you had a mood board, you have things that appeal to you that are more or less of the same style. So that's what it feels like I'm doing here. Okay, so that's taken care of. And then I just did a little bit of this to give it a little bit of, because there's some parts that are a little whiter here, that just because that's how the design was, and when cutting it, that's how it ended up, but it's okay. I still like it. All right, so we are gonna adhere this with dimensionals. So who here has this kit? When I saw it, I went crazy for it. And now there's another kit that I want to get, that it's the Secret Garden, I think it's called. It has gates and garden gates, and it looks very cute. But first things first, we're gonna use this one first. Okay, I forgot to check. I'm gonna center this. Doesn't have slanted elements. It's all like that. And then I'm finding a flower that goes in there. Big flower. This one was perfect because it has the blues. But as I said, they don't have more of the same. But I did find a butterfly that I want to use in there. There you go. It's butterfly. And I'm just going through. As you can see, I've used a lot of it. And because we don't have vellum anymore, I still have some left over, but I'm saving these pieces because I can die cut little stamp and die cut little additional elements from here. So that's what I'm gonna thinking that I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm looking for my flowers, and I found, let's see what we have. These are nice, but I don't know if I like the colors here. Maybe these ones, the pinkier ones. This one looks good. And maybe I can put these ones and these ones, because these ones in Pretty Peacock, they're gonna look very pretty. I don't know. What do you guys think? And there's also this one. No, but I like this one, I think. No vellum for those. And there's also these ones too. These ones look nice. Little bigger. Hmm. I'm torn. What do you guys say? You have it, Teresa. Yes, it's a great set. I love it. It's so much. I mean, I can, I could have created like 8 more cards or whatever because there's so many. Okay, I'm gonna take this out of here so because this make sure that there's nothing left before I throw it away. All right, let's see what we have. So I'm thinking, oh, I'm thinking this one. I don't know if I like the solid color and the colorful one, so I'm just gonna go with this. So this looks actually nice too. Ah, all right, that one. That's it. And I'm not putting any vellum element in there. So it's gonna be just that. Oh yeah, I did put an vellum element. I didn't even see it. That's the problem. I don't have that many vellum elements left. But I can try. And if not, we can use something else. Okay, I have these. I've been going through these so much that I just have the pieces falling in the box. This is too big, I think. But I can cut it and then use 2 of them. Let's cut this. How about that? Because I like this color, darker color than the green color. It goes better with this. Actually, they both go. I'm cutting it. And I'm just gonna cut it so I can use it for something else. So it doesn't look like it's been cut. Like that. Perfect. I like that. All right, I'm gonna put this like there, that there. This way you also see my thinking process here, which is like improvise. Well, try different things. Oh, if you don't have it, Deborah, I think you would love it. Right there. All right. Yes. Saving this for something else. And we're gonna attach our flowers first. I don't think I did. I may have put a little bit extra in there to disguise the white outline a little bit, but not too much. Just what's left on my sponge door. All right. And this one is shorter than the other one, but it's okay. All the elements are different. Little bit of glue there. Come on. There. And then I have the beautiful, I'm gonna touch these two here. See, this one has a smaller branch, and this one has a bigger branch. So the butterfly smaller kind of works there. There. And I'm gonna put the butterfly right here. I curved, I don't know if you saw that, I curved the wings a little bit. I'm gonna put the butterfly right there. And now here we are gonna use the beautiful trim that Teresa gave me, and I'm gonna cut because this is too big. I think this is the back. So I'm just gonna trim this. And this can be used for something else, like, like to pick underneath something. It's just like so nice. They do have the antique look, right? So I'm just gonna put a bunch of glue here, trying not to, that it doesn't come through the holes. And I didn't put any in here. It's gonna fall otherwise. All right. Let's see. Let me grab my scissors, and where do I want it? More or less like that. Center. All right, and then I'm grabbing one of the labels that came in the set, little label, and I'm gonna save this for another project, and this one too. I'm gonna stamp my happy birthday there, using the same one for now. Cleaning up from the pink to go to Pretty Peacock. Oh, you do have it, Deborah. Yay. You have so much fun with it. Actually, I'm gonna use the butterfly here like I did, but I want to stamp off because I don't want it so strong. So I'm gonna stamp it off like this so we can still tell it's a butterfly. But so that our happy birthday stands up a little bit more. Oh, I think I used a smaller. Yeah, let me use a bigger one. There you go. There's two sizes, and I used the bigger one, and I should have used it. I didn't realize, but you could, yeah, it could work with the small, as you could see. But let's do this again. Stamp off the butterfly. Put the butterfly right there, and then my little happy birthday. Right there. And we're gonna sponge it a little bit. That's the other green. This is my Pretty Peacock. Sorry, I'm moving the camera all the time. I don't want that much this time. I think I overdid it in that one. I want something subtler. I mean, there's no right or wrong, right? But for my taste, I think I overdid it. And that's it. And then we're gonna put it right here. I'm gonna center it a little bit more because the elements are different in this one. So I'm gonna use these pieces of dimensional. I have enough with that. And I'm gonna put this touching my trim there. I'll save this for something else. And now to top it all, I have this beautiful Pretty Peacock. These are the blooming pearls. I love pearls. And if they're shiny like this, I like them even more. And this came in pink, garden green, Pretty Peacock, and gold. I can't remember what pink it is. It could be, oh, look, this came out. So we're gonna put one right there. And one right there. And one in the sentiment there. Voila! Here's our second card. Hope you like it. This. I think I'm using them again, but I'm not sure. So I'm gonna put them away for now. I need room. And we have two more cards to go. Oh, the inside. I didn't do the inside of this one. I just stamped the little butterflies, like I stamped off, and it's like the fluttering butterflies. All right. Then moving on to what's probably the most complicated card, but I've done a lot of it already because I needed to emboss and stamp, but I'll explain the process. And I'm glad I do this first because that's how I did it actually. This one uses the texture node dies, as you can see. Look how gorgeous this is. Isn't it nice? Let's put the example here. And I used it also for the gold. This is the distressed gold paper. I have a few of it left because I love this paper. You can use something else. You can use wild wheat will work well here. If you don't have wild wheat cardstock or ink or anything, is one of the colors that is leaving us. So I recommend you get some. Or another metallic that you may have, or you can actually use how you call it? This, what I'm gonna use. The flakes, gold flakes. But anyway, just ideas. We have plenty of metallic paper that you can use if you don't have this one. So I cut this, and then because I wanted to use, I never waste specialty paper if I can help it. So I cut this smaller rectangle from here because you were not going to see the middle of it anyway. And I'm using this smaller rectangle in my next card. Okay. I think Teresa, what like the border something. I'm not sure. I think you guys know. I think you guys answer your own questions there. I got lost a little bit while working. I was trying to see. Okay. So I'm gonna attach, by the way, the base card is pecan pie because it's one of the colors of the kit. Oh, the trims that you gave me, Teresa, is that what you guys are talking about? Okay, I'm glad I checked that I had the card upside down. Yeah, I loved it. Yes, they're very nice. Yes. And I wanted to use them. So I'm gonna actually, did I stamp this in the middle? Yes, I stamped it with the same one. No, it's another one. Okay, we'll do that later. So this one was stamped with several of the texture, the one that I just showed you that has the elements of text. What I can call it texture. I think the texture dies getting confused with the elements of text. So this one I used this one here and this one here, and I used crumb cake and pecan pie, and I love the splatter. It's very cool. I like them. So it looks old, and then I stamped the butterfly as well. The butterfly that comes in a set. So now once you've done that, and do I want it smaller? Yes, I do want it smaller because I want to see my gold base. So I did this, I think it was 3.5 by, but I stamped it first by 5, 3.5 by 5. I stamped it first, and then I embossed the whole thing with the time-worn type. Okay, or any other type that you may have. If you don't have that one, you can use other ones. Sorry. That's why I have my Coke here, because I need to drink from time to time. Yes, it's very, very pretty. And this is a perfect set to use all these s- uh, s- s- I can't speak. What did I set and a half? I think I did 3.5. Yeah, this is a perfect set to use that old trim if you have any. 1.5, but I don't want to cut all my splatter from down there. So, ooh, it didn't cut properly. Huh. All right. You could use this for something else, like to put like a sentiment on top like this, kind of, if you want it. But I think I'm gonna throw it away. What? Throw it away? Oh, how cool. I love states. There's not that much of that. Yeah, that's the pity of living in New York City. We have advantages of many things, but this kind of, this is not a city thing. State sales, garage sales, stoop sales are not the same as garage sales. So now I'm distressing the edges, and I'm just really hitting it because I want it really distressed. And I want especially the corners to be lifted up. You could actually cut a piece of it if you want it with your fingers like that. And then we're gonna color it, sponge it too. So that's, I find that once you emboss a piece of cardstock, it's so much easier to distress because the fibers are already a little bit more vulnerable, the fibers of the paper. All right. So more or less like that. I don't want to overdo it either. And I have made a mess. Thankfully, I didn't vacuum today, which I wanted to, but I ran out of time. All right, so let's get the, and I think I did pecan pie for this one. So I'm gonna get my pecan pie. Yeah, state sales are great. Look how cool it looks, doesn't it? It's so great. You have to be careful because there's leftover bits of paper and they may end up in your ink pad. So it's advisable afterwards that you clean your ink pad, like with a piece of cardstock like this, for instance, and just get those pieces out. Okay. Like this, like all of leftover here. So I clean that, or maybe I won't use that in sponge stopper anymore. Oh, thank you, Deborah. I appreciate that. I'm happy that you like my cards. Anyway, this is gonna go like that. So I'm just gonna glue it in the middle. Because for this one, I used another one of these silk trims that I got from Teresa. As you saw, I only put glue in the middle because I want this to be sticking out, okay? Maybe I overdid it. Maybe I should have put a little bit more. But, if you're careful putting it in your envelope, you're fine. Oh, and something else that I didn't want to forget to do, if you have your gold flakes, what they call, I'll tell you in a second. These were the gilded leafing, and I have it here in my tab, and they're a little messy. But anyway, what I did, just to add a little bit more gold to these, I went with a sponge. I put a sponge, or a sponge double will work fine. I just happen to have this sponge that I use for glue. Put a little bit of glue there, and then just rub in a couple of places. And then you get your card. I should have done that before attaching the whole thing. I don't know if we're gonna have room to put it all there, but you put it where your glue is, if you can see it. You can do the tacky test too. If you don't have gold leafing anymore, or you run out of it, or you cannot find, or you don't have it in your stash, you don't have to go get it. You can do the same with heat embossing, and instead of putting glue, you use a sponge double to add a little bit of Versamark ink. I'm just touching to see where it's tacky, because I cannot see under the lights here where my glue was. It feels a little tacky, but doesn't want to stick, so it might not be that tacky. Then you just rub it off. And then you have this distressed looking gold there. Isn't it cute? I love it. So you can do the same with heat embossing. I think this is easier. So if you have this, I would recommend this. And just do Versamark, the embossing powder, click, shake it, and then Versamark attached with something that is not like a stamp, that it will give you a specific. Let's dab this in a little bit of Versamark ink and just go like this and put the powder, shake the powder off and melt it with the thing. Okay, so this is my base card, and now I'm going to use another piece of the beautiful trim, and maybe I'll use another one. We'll see. I can use this one, or what I can do is see, look how pretty they are, aren't they? They're so beautiful. No, I like it. I like this one, which is the one I used, or I can use this one too. That's very pretty as well, because it goes with the colors. But let me see what label I'm going to use, and then I can decide once I see the label. Because I love the fact that this label was in brown, and I think the other one that I have here is in black. So it's going to give a different look to it. If I can find it. It has to be here because I saw it. And the fact that I have the room to put my sentiment within the same tag, that was a plus for me. Where is it? I cannot find it, people. Did I see? Yes, I saw it. Yay. Here. This one had a 4. This one has a 7. And it's in black, but it's okay. We're going to age it anyway with a little bit of sponging. I need more. Do I do pecan pie? Maybe I'll do pecan pie just to pick up the color. And then once we have that done, then I'll decide which trim I'm going to use. Yeah, I like it with pecan pie. For this card, I used the Celebrate You. I was looking for a happy birthday that had more, like a font that was more antique looking, more calligraphy like. But I couldn't, like the ones I have, they're like too big for the label. I'm gonna actually, I don't want it that white. So I'm just gonna age it a little bit. And as you see, I don't mind that my ink goes in on top of this. I use also a little bit of extra sponging to bring the embossing up a little bit, but it already was stamped before that. So, so I think I'm gonna use this one. I don't know. What do you think? Yes, and I have a brown butterfly, I still think. I love even the little pins that she put in this. They're so cute with the pearl. Anyway, so I'm gonna be frugal because I want to use this. This is gonna look very pretty like that. All right. You like it, Teresa? Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. And I'm glad that you're here so you can see the trims put to good use. They were gonna be put to good use anyway, but I'm gonna trim it here because this one is falling apart here. And to here. Oh, I guess when I put the glue, it will come together again. And these are little stretches, so I'm gonna put it so it goes from there to there. This looks very nice. So I'm gonna use tear and tape. Love it too, Teresa. I'm happy. This, as I said, was a little bit more involved, this card, because it has the embossing, it has the stamping, the embossing, the distressing, and but still worth it, I think. I think the tear tape is perfect for this kind of uh trims. So this is gonna go like this. I'm gonna put it even more diagonally, but of course we have to stamp it first. So let me grab my, oh, where's my, oh, Celebrate You, here it is. This comes from, where it comes from, I have it out to tell you. From, is it Go to Greetings? No, it's from, I think it's Unbounded Love, I think. Anyway, pecan pie. Celebrate You. All right. Now we'll put it like this, straddling the trim that I just put, using every little piece of dimensional. Because I want to show as much of the trim as possible. I'm going to glue this a little bit because it's falling apart here. Not falling apart, but unraveling a little bit. So I'm just going to add a touch of glue to keep the trim from unraveling. Celebrate you. And now we need a butterfly. And this time I'm going to put a side butterfly because that's what I have left. And I'm going to curl it a little bit as well. And actually I can put it with dimensionals. Why not? All right. We'll put wing of Stella in this baby here. And its wings. Let me see. I had put alcohol in my other wing of Stella. And I have a lot of more wing of Stella. Look, this is much wetter. See? There. And now we have to decorate with flowers. I don't have a vellum flower anymore. I have some greenery that I can put there. Vellum greenery. I thought I had still another piece, but I guess I don't. Well, we can put these ones. This one goes well with the color. What do you guys think? I think so. I think if we age it a little bit with the pecan pie, it may work. And we can give you more vellum. I love vellum. Also, the vellum lets you see part of the label underneath. So, but anyway, we're not gonna complain. We got plenty of things. And I'm gonna actually, what I don't want is that it's so white. But there's white there too, so it's not so bad. I'm just gonna put a little bit of ink in there. And maybe what we'll do is just put it to the side. We have the other butterfly, which like we may have to cover it. But like that, something like that will work, I think. All right, so I'm gonna put ink, glue it there. As you see, because you cannot make two of the same because the elements are different, it takes a little bit of thinking every time for every new card. And then we're gonna put a, let me cut this strip of, oops, oh my God, where did it go? It flew away. I don't know where it went, but I have the other one. So I'm gonna put it right here to keep this in place. And I'll put one in there as well. So this, I've used all of the dimensionals in that big sheet of dimensionals they gave us a couple of paper pumpkins ago. All right, Now I want something here. So let's see if I can find another flower, something. It's a little harder now because so many things have fallen out of their thing, their place. You know what I mean? Hmm. No, this is too much. I have this. Do we want it there? No, I kind of like a flower like that, like flat flower. Maybe I can put this here. No, this is too much. No, no, this doesn't go. Let's see if I can find another flat flower. But no, everything I have is like big bouquets, and that's too much, you see. Or I can have this one and I cut it right there, and it's another one of the yellow one, but maybe it's too yellow. Decisions, right? Or there were maybe some label or something. Little label. No, this is too much, too big. You know what? It's gonna be the yellow flower, but I'm gonna cut it because I don't want. I'm gonna cut the white trim for this one, and I don't want the stem either. So there we go. All right. All right. A little bit of ink is left over from my side, and it's gonna be a small flower, but still like a fresh flower, like around there. I kind of like it. I wish it wasn't another color, but that's fine. And probably once I'm done, I'm gonna find exactly what I wanted for that part. But that's another thing. All right, anything else that we can add here? Oh yes, of course. We have the beautiful pecan pie dots there. Pecan pie and clear ribbon adhesive back dots. I don't know. I don't know what ribbon means, but honestly, this goes very well with this color combination. So I'm gonna be very generous. No, I'm gonna still put only 3. I could put 3 or 5, but I think 3 will do. Just gonna one big one there, one big one here, and a smaller one. Yeah, there. I put one in the flower before, but I kind of maybe there. There. All right. The inside of this card was what I showed you before. The other, this one, with the texture text thing. So I'm gonna put that later. I don't wanna waste your time with the elements of text. That's the name of the set. I keep forgetting. And let's go for the last card because we've been here an hour and 20 minutes, and I'm sure you have better things to do, and I have to go to dinner. Not to go to dinner, to go make dinner and eat it because I'm hungry. All right, so just trying to make a little bit of room. So these are 2 different variations on that card. I kind of like that because I like to have that all the cards are different. And then for the last one, and this one is not so complicated, I hope that you don't find it so. Um, I used another one of the colors that came in the set, that in the kit, that's well, it has many greens. It has a garden green and it has old olive. I like old olive with mossy meadow as a car base, so that's what we're gonna do. So here's my mossy meadow car base, and for this one, I used an old paper that was old olive, that was from Dainty Delights. You remember that one? But you know what? In Storybook Moments, you have one paper that will work very well as well. I don't have it here to show you, but it's the back of one of the papers where you have all the labels, and it has like some kind of like wallpapery design that will work very well with that. Thank you, Danette. I'm so happy you like it too. Okay, so for this one, see, this is what I'm talking about. The elements are all different, so we don't have this anymore because there's only one of these with the roses. But we'll find something else to work with it. So let's glue this first. Oh no, this we need the ribbon. So no, let's not glue that first. And I also use, and this is a preview, I decal rectangle. I use the decal rectangle dies to cut a piece of smaller piece of rectangle that's like a little bit over 3¼ because of the decaling by 5, I believe, or no, 4¾ and I embossed it with a new embossing folder that's gonna come out. That's called Damask Design, I think. I'm trying to see if I have it handy, but I guess I left it at the, no, it is here. It's called Damask Designs Embossing Folder. It's beautiful. It's not a 3D embossing folder, but it gives you this beautiful damask that it goes so well with this antique look that we're having going on. So what I did for this one, I used the technique I was showing you before of putting some glue just over some of the sides of this. And if you want it in the middle, I did the middle here, but it's gonna almost be covered, so I'm not gonna even bother. So just a little bit, not on all over. And then we're gonna use the gilded leafing again. I know this Tupperware is so bad, but I went to a dollar store to get it. This time I'm just going like this, grabbing some leafing from the sides. I guess I didn't put any glue in there. I mean, I don't want it all around, but I want some on all the sides. It would look weird if one side wouldn't have any. So let's see if I can apply it with this. Just kind of like, I mean, I could open and put more. I just don't want these to go all over the place. They're just gonna go like this. Get the distress look going on, like gold, distress gold. Oh, but this side doesn't have any glue either. Come, handy sponge. And get some. There we go. I wanted it regular, as I said, but I don't want it to seem that I forgot to put leafing on one side, gold leafing. All right. So sorry, I keep kicking the camera. Hitting. All right. There's always some extra that goes everywhere, but we can use it. And now I have gold leafing all over my lap too. All right, so this goes over this. So this has like so many layers. And remember that I told you before that I was gonna use the rectangle, the small rectangle, that when I cut my gold frame from the previous card. So this is where we're gonna use the smaller rectangle from. And I have to select something because now I don't have those roses anymore. But we have other things, so we can maybe use these, or maybe just want to select it before we start gluing stuff in case, right? Or maybe this. I want something with more green. Let me see if I can find something. Oh, I know. How about this? This is very nice. I think this will work well. The only thing is that it's a little bit big, but I can put it like that. How about that? I like this. Oh, yes. All right, so that's it. Now I'm gluing. So these two go together. Again, I want to make sure that nothing overhangs my card base. So if I do like this, I think that's a good thing. We can lift the sides, not super distressed, but lift the sides of the corners a little bit. I like that, as if it fell in there. And then just gonna put a little bit of glue. This is, as I said, an easier card once you decide what to do. So this is gonna go like this. It's always the creative process. It's always the one that takes the longest. Again, Candy, don't glue it yet because we're gonna put ribbon in it. Yes, that will go well. And then the ribbon that I'm using is, I think it's current satin edge ribbon, but we have so many gold ribbons, so you can use whatever you want. And something gold goes here, I find. And you know that I like to do the little I like to do this because, you know, if I don't have it what I wanted, I can adjust. Okay, so let's see how I did. It's horrible. Look how crooked this is, you see? But that's why I have a longer strap there. And that's much better. All right, now I'm happy. Now I'm going to glue it in the center. Put extra glue on the ribbon directly as well. Now we center it over there. So as I was telling you, this paper came from Dainty Designs. You can get other paper that you think that fits the mood of the shabby chic style that we're going for. And then this goes like, let's see how I do it. So, because I want to see the gold. Maybe I'll do it like that. And then in this case, what's going to be crooked is going to be the gold underneath and not the tag as in my original card. So let's put yes, I like this a lot. I hope you do too. And this goes on dimensionals. And we say, I mean, we can actually do the label crooked and not crooked, but slanted, and the gold, or the gold slanted and the label straight. I think just for variation's sake, I'm going to do it that way. And we have a happy birthday card again, because Candy needs happy birthday card. And I'm just using a piece of the same paper, a strip, to actually, I'm going to use the other side of this one because I hate being wasteful. And yes, we'll do that. Sorry. We'll do that. I'm going to get my mossy meadow and clean the stem a little bit. I'm going to clean it properly with my chamois. Right. This was such a lucky find to find that little stem from an old paper pumpkin. I think one of the first paper pumpkins that I got. And then we are going to cut this like so. Bring the trimmer out. I'm just eyeing it because I want more or less to have the same frame around it. There you go. Maybe a little big, but it's okay. And you know what? Instead of doing the edges, I'm just gonna, where's my bone folder? Grab my bone folder, make a line here, very, very thin, and another one on the other side. And maybe along the sides too, and see if I can rip it off with my fingers, just to give it the decal rectangle dice. But look, the decal look, I mean. If it doesn't look good, I have more. All right, see what I'm talking about? And then we're gonna sponge it so it doesn't look so glaring white. So there's a lot of white here, so I don't mind so much. All right, something like that. Let's see how this looks. Is this my, no, this is brown. This is my, and where is my mossy meadow? I think this is it. Yes. That's my mossy meadow. So now it has the same kind of edgy look. But because the decal rectangles don't have a tiny one for labels like that, we made one up. Just center the sentiment on the little strip. And we're gonna put it I don't want to cover these flowers. I don't want to cover the ribbon either. Where are we going to put it? Maybe on the other side. Yes, let's put it on this side. Right? It kind of works for me. Even though here we had more flowers to put, actually. Let's do decorating is, and maybe a single flower that I saw in there, if I can find it again. Yes, I found it. Yeah, maybe then it goes well, but I don't want to cover this. I kind of like it here. I don't know, I'm torn. But anyway, I think I'll do it like this. Even if this is not covered by the label, which always looks nice. I don't want to cover as much of the red flowers here. It's not that bad. All right. So I'm going to put it on that side. Okay, I put the glue in the wrong side because here goes the dimensional. But that's okay. I can put the dimensional over the glue. Not a problem. Like that. And then we're going to put a little bit of glue for this. Vellum. I like that it hangs over. Looks like a fern or something, right? And just that over here. And I know what we'll do. I was going to put the ribbon over here because I put the sentiment over there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my little bow right here. Okay, I want it in there. Let's see how it looks. What did I do with that ribbon? There, here it is. Just gonna do a little bow. Let's like that. I'm gonna redo the bow. I just wanted to know how much ribbon I needed. Just it got twisted there for a sec. There, much better. Then we can put that right there. And we can the tails. There we go. Glue dot, if I can find them. Oh, here they are. Just gonna put a couple of glue dots just for extra security. All right. Am I forgetting anything? Yes. The embellishments. And for this one, I chose the brass butterflies. And I'm sure that many of you have them because they were part of the second batch of celebration things that you could earn. So I got extras. So I'm just going to put Two over here. I had one on the sentiment, so why not? Maybe on this side. All right. So these are my cards. Oh, the inside of this card was, again, one of these elements of text stamps and with the butterfly on top. When I stamped off the elements of text, but I'll do that later because, I've shown you one already, so you don't need to see it again because it's getting late. All right. So these are my cards. I hope you like them. They're all different. They're all kind of, as I said, this the variations. They make you vary because of the elements being all different, right? But they all look nice, I think. I'm very happy with them. And where are my brown ones? Here. I thought I had lost them. All right. I don't know. Do you have? Thank you, Teresa. Do you have a favorite? For me, it would be hard to choose, but I think I like this a lot. Probably that's one of my favorites. Thank you, Deborah. All right. So, important announcement. Next week, I have a concert on Saturday and Sunday evening. So, I'm going to move the Facebook Live to the early afternoon. So, probably will be around 1 or something. But I'll post that. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so hungry because I didn't have lunch either. So, you cannot imagine. Thank you, Teresa. I will enjoy my dinner. I have to make it first. All right. So I'll post at what time the Facebook Live will be next week. Okay. Thank you for all the hearts. Thank you for your support. Thank you for staying late and have a lovely, lovely week. Bye bye.